Welcome back, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of United Kingdom halfpennies, exploring the top 5 most valuable examples you could add to your collection. These coins vary in condition, year, and even mint marks, making each one a unique piece of history. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom halfpenny from 1963, particularly in fine condition. While it might seem like a humble coin at first glance, this small copper coin carries a rich history and a surprising appeal among collectors worldwide. In this video, we'll explore its origins, unique features, rarity, and its current auction market value in US dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you'll find plenty of insights to help you appreciate and even invest in this classic coin. The UK halfpenny, or 1/2D, was part of the pre-decimal currency system, used widely before Britain decimalised its currency in 1971. The 1963 issue came during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and it reflects a period of post-war Britain when coins were still minted in bronze. The design of the coin featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, a design created by the engraver Mary Gillick, which had been in circulation since 1953. On the reverse, the iconic ship known as the Golden Hind, Sir Francis Drake's legendary vessel, was displayed, symbolizing Britain's maritime heritage. While the coin had a small face value, it carries a historical weight that resonates strongly with collectors today. What makes the 1963 halfpenny truly special are its design details and the subtle variations that distinguish it from other years. The coin is made from bronze, giving it a warm, reddish-brown hue that can develop a beautiful patina over time. Its diameter is 25.5 millimeters, and it features a finely detailed depiction of the Golden Hind, complete with rigging and sails. Collectors also pay close attention to the clarity of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait, the sharpness of the lettering, and any minting anomalies, as these factors can greatly affect the coin's value. Unlike earlier or later pennies, the 1963 issue stands out for its crisp design and the high quality of the bronze strike. Even in fine condition, where a coin shows noticeable wear from circulation but all major details remain visible, the 1963 halfpenny is considered moderately rare. Unlike circulated coins from common years, the 1963 issue has a relatively smaller surviving population in collectible condition, making it desirable among numismatists. Coins in less than perfect condition can still attract attention at auctions, particularly if the details of the ship and portrait remain clear. Collectors often look for coins with even slight remnants of luster, as these can fetch higher prices. Demand remains strong because this coin represents a pre-decimal era and holds a nostalgic value for collectors of British coinage. As of recent auction data, a 1963 UK halfpenny in fine condition can range between $1.50 and $5 depending on the market and the buyer's interest. Coins with a richer patina or slightly better preservation can command higher prices, sometimes reaching $10 or more in specialized auctions. It's worth noting that coins in very fine or extremely fine condition can sell for significantly more, highlighting the importance of condition in determining market value. For collectors looking to sell, auction houses or reputable online marketplaces such as eBay provide a good reference for current pricing trends. If you're thinking about adding the 1963 halfpenny to your collection, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Condition matters. Even small differences in wear can affect the value, so inspect coins carefully before buying. Look for original patina. Avoid coins that have been artificially cleaned, as this can reduce collector appeal. Buy from reputable sources. Trusted dealers or established auction platforms minimize the risk of counterfeit coins. Research recent sales. Understanding current market trends will help you price coins accurately and identify good investment opportunities. Storage. Keep your coins in a dry, temperature-stable environment to prevent corrosion or further wear. The 1963 United Kingdom halfpenny in fine condition may be small, but it carries a rich historical story and continues to captivate collectors worldwide. Its moderate rarity, distinctive design, and place in pre-decimal British history make it a valuable addition to any collection. While its auction market value in fine condition may seem modest in US dollars, the real charm of this coin lies in its connection to a bygone era and its enduring appeal among coin enthusiasts. Whether you're just starting your numismatic journey or expanding an existing collection, the 1963 halfpenny is a piece worth cherishing. Next up, the 1947 United Kingdom halfpenny. At first glance, this small, bronze coin might seem like an ordinary piece of old change, but it's part of a beloved series of pre-decimal British coinage that many collectors around the world still seek. In this video, we'll explore the story behind the coin, why even damaged examples can attract attention, and what they're selling for in the current auction market in US dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about old coins, this one's for you. The halfpenny was a regular denomination in British currency for centuries. In the pre-decimal system, it was worth 1/2 of a penny, or 1/480th of a pound sterling. Although halfpennies date back many centuries, the bronze issues like the 1947 example were produced in the 20th century under King George VI. This coin was minted in 1947 at the Royal Mint in London and circulated widely until the entire pre-decimal coin system was demonetized in 1969. Unlike rare medieval or early modern coins, the 1947 halfpenny was relatively common. Over 21 million were struck for circulation. The obverse of the 1947 halfpenny features a bare-headed portrait of King George VI, designed by the acclaimed engraver Thomas Humphrey Paget. Around the portrait, you'll see the Latin inscription reflecting his titles. On the reverse, you'll find a detailed depiction of Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind, sailing upon stylized waves, a beautiful and symbolic image that celebrates British maritime heritage. The coin is bronze, approximately 25.5 millimeters in diameter, and weighs just over 5 grams. While the coin was common in circulation at the time, its design quality and historical context make it appealing to collectors today, especially those completing set runs of British coinage or focused on King George VI issues. It's important to be clear about the rarity of the 1947 halfpenny. Despite being over 75 years old, this coin is generally not considered rare in typical circulated condition exactly because millions were produced. Even today, the coin remains a fairly common find among British pre-decimal coins. However, in the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins that are extremely fine, uncirculated, or show unique characteristics such as errors or exceptionally beautiful patterns can command higher prices. But what about coins that are damaged? In this case, a damaged 1947 halfpenny might include heavy wear, scratches, corrosion, or bends faults that normally reduce value in most numismatic markets. Interestingly, even damaged examples still have collectible appeal, especially for novice collectors beginning a date set, educational pieces, or historical display collections. Because many people focus strictly on mint-state examples, circulated and even damaged coins are how most collectors start their journey. So, what is this coin actually selling for in the real world, particularly in damaged condition? According to the latest auction data, average realized prices for a typical 1947 halfpenny not in mint condition have been recorded around approximately $40 at public auctions. This reflects actual sales data compiled from platforms that track real coin auction results. For coins that are heavily worn or clearly damaged, buyers should expect values much closer to modest auction ranges, often only touching low double-digit amounts in US dollars. In fact, in many collector markets, a worn 1947 halfpenny might sell for as little as $1 to $10 if there's nothing exceptional about it, while nicer uncirculated examples might be worth several times more. Bottom line, condition and eye appeal directly impact value, and damaged coins almost always sell for less than coins in excellent grades, but they still trade. Especially among budget collectors. If you're considering collecting or selling a 1947 halfpenny, here are some key tips. Assess condition carefully. Learn basic grading terminology from good or about circulated for heavily worn coins to uncirculated for nearly flawless examples. Document damage. When selling a damaged coin, be honest and detailed about scratches, corrosion, or bends. Buyers appreciate clarity. Compare auction results. Platforms that record real sales give a more accurate picture of what similar coins are selling for now. Seek community input. Numismatic forums and social media groups can help you gauge interest and approximate value. Most importantly, collect what you enjoy. Even damaged pieces have a story to tell. In summary, the 1947 United Kingdom halfpenny is a charming and historically important piece of British coinage. While it isn't extremely rare, even damaged examples hold a place in the collector's market and still bring collectible value, sometimes selling for around $40 in auctions, depending on condition and demand. So whether you found one in your change jar, inherited a set from a relative, or picked one up at a flea market, it's worth taking a closer look. These coins remind us of a very different monetary world, one dominated by physical small change with fascinating designs and centuries-old tradition. Next up, the United Kingdom halfpenny of 1948 in circulated condition. While many collectors focus on pristine coins, circulated pieces tell a story of everyday use and history. Despite showing signs of wear, this coin still holds significant interest due to its age, historical context, and collector demand. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding the value and rarity of this coin can be both exciting and rewarding. The UK halfpenny has a rich history as part of the pre-decimal currency system in Britain. The 1948 halfpenny was minted in the post-World War II era, a period marked by recovery and significant change in the United Kingdom. It was part of King George VI's reign, whose portrait appears on the obverse side of the coin. The reverse features the classic ship design, known as the Bristol Channel Cutter, symbolizing the nation's maritime heritage. This coin was widely circulated during a time when coins were essential for everyday transactions, making it a tangible connection to mid-20th century Britain. The 1948 halfpenny stands out for several reasons. First, its copper composition gives it a distinctive reddish-brown patina, which can vary depending on circulation and storage conditions. The obverse features a detailed portrait of King George VI, while the reverse displays the intricate ship design. Even in circulated condition, the craftsmanship and artistry remain appreciable. Collectors often note the coin's slightly heavier weight and thicker rim compared to later issues, making it an interesting study piece for both numismatists and casual collectors. Although millions of 1948 halfpennies were minted, finding one in decent circulated condition today is becoming more challenging. Over 70 years of handling, cleaning, and storage issues mean many coins have significant wear or damage. For collectors, a circulated coin from this era still offers a sense of historical authenticity and charm. Numismatic enthusiasts often seek these coins to complete a set of pre-decimal British currency, and the 1948 issue is particularly prized for its post-war context. The demand for circulated examples remains steady because they are accessible yet historically significant, appealing to both beginner and intermediate collectors. The auction market value for a 1948 UK halfpenny in circulated condition generally ranges from $1 to $5, depending on factors like wear, color, and eye appeal. Coins with minimal scratches or a pleasing copper tone may fetch slightly higher prices, while heavily worn or corroded examples are often valued closer to the lower end. It's important to note that rare die variations or errors, though uncommon, can significantly increase the coin's value even in circulated condition. Checking online auction platforms, coin shops, and numismatic catalogs can give collectors a more accurate sense of current market trends. If you're interested in adding a 1948 halfpenny to your collection, here are a few tips. Examine the coin carefully. Look for wear patterns, scratches, or discoloration. Even in circulated condition, a well-preserved coin can command a higher value. Buy from reputable sources. Online auctions, coin dealers, and local coin shows are good options, but ensure authenticity before purchasing. Store properly. Even circulated coins benefit from proper storage. Keep them in acid-free holders or coin albums to prevent further corrosion or damage. Research market trends. Prices fluctuate depending on demand, so tracking recent sales can help you make informed buying or selling decisions. The United Kingdom halfpenny of 1948 in circulated condition is more than just a small piece of copper. It's a window into Britain's post-war era. Its historical significance, combined with its accessibility for collectors, makes it a valuable addition to any coin collection. While its market value in dollars may not be astronomical, the coin offers immense educational and aesthetic value, making it a cherished piece for numismatists worldwide. Whether you're looking to start a British coin collection or add a meaningful piece to your existing set, the 1948 halfpenny is definitely worth considering. Next up, the United Kingdom 1939 halfpenny. Although it may look like a humble old coin at first glance, this little bronze piece has a story to tell about Britain's monetary past, collector interest, and how condition plays a massive role in its value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just stumbled upon this coin in an old jar, stick around because we're unpacking everything from its history and features, to why even worn examples still catch the eye of collectors, and ultimately what it might be worth in US dollars on today's market. The 1939 halfpenny from the United Kingdom was struck during the reign of King George VI. It was part of Britain's pre-decimal currency system, where the halfpenny abbreviated 1/2D was worth half of one old penny and played a part in everyday transactions. Introduced into circulation after earlier Victorian designs, the 1939 halfpenny featured a new obverse portrait of King George VI, crafted by Thomas Humphrey Paget, and on the reverse a sailing ship motif that reflected Britannia's maritime heritage. Despite being produced on the eve of World War II, these coins remained common in circulation. In total, around 28.9 million of these were minted in London, meaning it wasn't a low production run but rather a coin meant for mass use in pockets, purses, markets, and shops across Britain and her territories. Although the 1939 halfpenny may seem simple, there are a few key details to appreciate. On the obverse side, you'll see the youthful bare head of King George VI facing left, surrounded by classic Latin inscriptions acknowledging his rule. On the reverse, instead of the seated Britannia used on earlier halfpennies, this coin shows a stylized sailing ship and nautical theme that symbolized Britain's global reach and trade network at the time. Physically, it's made of bronze, weighs roughly 5.6 grams and measures about 25.5 millimeters in diameter, a modest size that belies its long history in circulation. These physical attributes remain the same whether the coin is pristine or well worn, but it's the condition that dramatically influences the coin's value today. Now here's the big question: is a circulated 1939 halfpenny rare? The short answer: no, not especially in the context of pre-decimal British coinage. With roughly 28 million pieces struck, most examples you encounter will show signs of wear, patina, scratches, and softer details from use over decades. Collectors refer to these as circulated condition, and while they aren't rare compared to uncirculated or proof coins, they still attract interest, especially among collectors seeking a complete date set or those passionate about World War II-era coinage. In fact, many coin collectors treat circulated 1939 halfpennies as affordable, accessible pieces that tell a story about everyday life in Britain nearly a century ago. Yet, examples with particularly strong eye appeal, clean strike, balanced wear, and readable details can still catch collectors off guard in auctions or online marketplaces, because nicer circulated coins are relatively uncommon compared to heavily worn ones. Now let's talk money, specifically US dollars. Most circulated 1939 halfpennies trade for modest sums. Based on common pricing guides and recent market data, very worn or low-grade circulated examples often sell for approximately 50 cents to $1 USD, reflecting their common nature and heavy circulation. Circulated coins with clearer details and better eye appeal might reach anywhere from $2 to $5 depending on the audience and auction platform. Even in online auctions or coin dealer sales, typical circulated grades seldom exceed around $10 unless you have something particularly striking. These rough values fluctuate based on demand, platform eBay, heritage auctions, local dealer sales, shipping, and how well the coin has been preserved. But the prevailing theme is that, in circulated condition, the 1939 halfpenny is usually accessible in price, not a blockbuster rarity, yet still meaningful to many collectors because of its age and historical context. If you're thinking about collecting or selling one of these coins, here are a few practical tips. Condition is king. Even minor differences in wear can shift value. Avoid cleaning. The coin cleaning often damages the surface and significantly reduces collector interest and value. Consider grading. If you think you have an exceptional example, getting it professionally graded can help you command higher prices. Watch auction trends. Check sold prices rather than listing prices, because what coins actually sell for is far more revealing than what sellers hope to get. The 1939 United Kingdom halfpenny may not be the rarest British coin ever struck, but it's undeniably charming and steeped in history. In circulated condition, it offers everyday collectors a chance to own a tangible piece of Britain's past, while still being affordable. Its auction and market values in dollars reflect this balance, common enough not to be ultra-valuable, yet intriguing enough to have a place in many collections. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or curious about what that old bronze coin in your drawer might be worth, the 1939 halfpenny has a story worth knowing. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive like this. Next up, the United Kingdom halfpenny from 1949. If you're a collector or simply intrigued by historical coins, this coin offers a unique glimpse into post-war Britain. In this video, we'll explore its history, distinctive features, rarity, and current auction market value in US dollars. We'll also provide some practical tips for collectors looking to add this piece to their collection. The 1949 UK halfpenny was minted during the reign of King George VI, a period marked by the country's recovery after World War II. The coin is part of the pre-decimal currency system, which was in place in the United Kingdom until 1971. At that time, the halfpenny held a modest but practical role in everyday transactions, used to purchase small items such as bread or newspapers. Despite its humble usage, today the 1949 halfpenny is highly regarded among collectors for its historical significance and as a representation of Britain's post-war era. One of the standout features of the 1949 halfpenny is its reverse design, which features the iconic seated Britannia holding a trident and shield, symbolizing Britain's maritime strength and resilience. The obverse displays a portrait of King George VI, showcasing the elegance of mid-20th century coin engraving. Made from bronze, the coin measures 25.5 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams. Its color and luster can vary depending on circulation, making each piece unique in appearance. Collectors often appreciate the detail in Britannia's shield and the King's profile, which are considered hallmarks of this era's craftsmanship. While the 1949 halfpenny is not exceedingly rare, finding one in fine or higher condition can be challenging. Many coins from this period show significant wear due to decades of circulation. Even coins with minor damage or scratches can still attract collector interest, especially if the key details, such as Britannia's trident or the King's facial features, remain discernible. This sustained demand in circulated condition is driven by historical interest and the nostalgia factor, as collectors seek to preserve a tangible piece of post-war Britain. Now, let's talk numbers. In today's auction market, a 1949 UK halfpenny in fine condition typically sells for around $1 to $5. Coins in very fine or extremely fine condition can fetch higher prices, ranging from $5 to $15, while uncirculated or proof specimens can reach $30 to $50 or more, depending on rarity and quality. Prices fluctuate based on demand, auction venues, and coin grading, so it's always wise to check recent sales when estimating value. For collectors looking to acquire a 1949 halfpenny, here are a few tips. Inspect closely even in fine condition, check for scratches, discoloration, or corrosion that might affect value. Know your sources. Purchase from reputable dealers or auction houses to ensure authenticity. Consider grading coins professionally graded by organizations like NGC or PCGS. Often command higher prices. Preserve properly. Store your coin in a protective holder or coin album to maintain its condition over time. The 1949 United Kingdom halfpenny may seem modest at first glance, but it carries historical charm and collectible value that make it a must-see for numismatists. Whether you're starting your collection or adding a key post-war piece, this coin connects you to Britain's history while offering a modest investment opportunity. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into rare and fascinating coins from around the world.